Oh wow, we got a lot of people here. Hi. Sorry I'm late. I overslept my alarm. Okay. Um, guess my favorite New Year's Eve hosts. All right, so Ledger is here. Hi, Ledger Pharaoh. Rated Frog is almost first. Good to see you. Keno, hello, and Serenity Story. Oh my gosh, you guys are so fast. This is incredible. I'm doing good. I was up super late, so I overslept, and then I was like, oh no, I have to get on live. So sorry I'm late. I'm doing well. Keno and Nikhil, hello. Um, Rated Frog, I'm having a good weekend, although I did not wake up that long ago. So it's good so far. I'm doing laundry. I travel north tonight, so I'll be doing some packing after this live. Um, yeah, so it's going to be a good weekend, and it is a good weekend so far. Ledger says, actually, I'm first. Bud Nick 213, no hair down. No, not today. I feel like I'll need to plan this out whenever to wear it down. It's 3:16 in the afternoon in Argentina. Very cool. Let those beautiful locks fly. I will. Tommy Brown, hello. Jim Bamba, hello. Hi, Yata Zakwa. Good to see you. TTYL. Kevin Martinez, hello. Rated Frog is saying, cool, sleep is more important. Yes, you guys, I really like sleeping, and I sleep for a really long time. Last night, I went to bed around 2 something, 2, and I overslept. My alarm was for 10:30, but I woke up at 11:30. So, what, 9 hours, 9.5 hours? Ernest, you are not hidden. I can see you. We can see you. You're in the chat. Have a safe trip there. Thank you, Rated Frog. Ledger Pharaoh, how do you feel about the Dallas Cowboys? I was rooting for the Cowboys. What game did they play in recently? I like the Dallas Cowboys. I think they're cool. I've always liked the star on their helmets. Nikhil says, had lunch. I haven't had lunch. I just ate something quick and I made some coffee. Hi, Preeti Kajla. Yes, I got freckles, Danny. Pemdas R. I'm from the United States. It's okay, you need sleep. Your health comes first. Thank you. Yes, I really try to make sleep a top priority. Yeah, Marshmallow Man, I was saying yesterday that I was going to be going on early today because I'm traveling tonight. I'm going north to Lake Superior, northern part of Minnesota, on vacation. It's going to be like New Year's vacation. And I'm vlogging it, so I'll post it to my channel for you to watch. Chad D is asking, Hannah, when you coming to Boston? We're grabbing Italian. I don't have any immediate plans to go to Boston. I am going to be out east in May for my best friend from childhood's wedding. It's going to be in Maryland, but I don't know if I'm going to go to Boston. It's just I don't visit places where I don't have like people to visit. I used to have a lot of friends who were going to like Boston University and Boston College and 2 at Harvard, but now they're all like out of school. So and I've been to Boston before for like trips just for fun, just to see it. So I don't really have much to see in Boston. I'm sorry. But I'll make it out there again someday. Hi, Ashok Kumar. Thank you, Thunderjaw. I appreciate it. Sorry, guys. My voice is not the best right after I wake up. But let me get this poll question typed in. The poll question is, guess my favorite New Year's Eve host or hosts. Oops, shoot. One sec. Okay, Shorty is here. Ledger is a 49ers fan. Nice. Kevin Martinez is saying, I worked the graveyard shift for a lot of years, got used to 5 hours of sleep. Oof. I hope I never have to have a stretch of time where I'm always getting five, because I am a mess at 6 hours of sleep. I'm definitely like a 8 hours to 10 hours of sleep a night person. I really struggle with six or less. Back in the Staubach days, Dallas was bad as. Yeah, I don't know much about the Dallas Cowboys history. What road trip? God, so embarrassing. What road trip snacks are you taking? Um, Maybe like a granola bar. Honestly, nothing too crazy. I'm probably gonna eat a big meal. I like to eat a big meal before I travel so that I'm not that hungry because I get kind of like faint and my focus is bad when I get really hungry. And then also too, when I get there, I know my uncle, that's where I'm going to be staying. He usually prepares a ton of food, a ton of snacks. So I probably won't be eating that much on the road. Hi, okay, shorty. I am staying hydrated, Thunderjaw, best as I can because I just woke up. Bill is here. Hello, Bill. Thank you, Deborah. I appreciate it. I try to take good care of my skin. Thank you, Daniel Warman. Yes, I'm very excited for this trip. I cannot wait. I love northern Minnesota. Sadly, all of our snow has melted here. Like, I looked outside this morning and I think we were having like drizzly rain. It could have been snow, it just was too warm. So it's just all like dead grass, dead leaves. It's so bad. But I'm hoping, fingers crossed, that there's still some snow up in Duluth. Abel Nicole is here. Thank you, Thunderjaw. Yes, I am excited to grow YouTube. My big goal, my number one goal for 2025 is 100,000 subscribers. It sounds kind of crazy, but I'm just gonna try my best, try my hardest, and see how far I get. Upen, I'm doing well. Kinich or niche? What's the channel about? I make mostly vegan and gluten-free food. And then I go live. I've been going live every single day this month. Eat a whole vegan pizza that will give you fuel. The thing is, before I go on trips, I really like just eat everything in my fridge, everything in my pantry to like just, I don't want anything, I don't have to throw out anything. I don't want anything going bad in my fridge while I'm away. So I don't have a pizza with me and I'm not about to go get one because I don't know if I could throw down a whole pizza, but I like the suggestion. Hi, JC Caesar. Kevin says, I love dried pineapple, but it's loaded with sugar. Yes, I do eat sugar, like in different forms, but I just try to like not be eating sugar constantly. It's something I keep an eye on. Thank you, Isabella and Nadia, for the sub. No, that is not my stomach growling. Whatever you hear in the background, that's my washing machine because I'm washing a load of laundry to then pack with me on my New Year's Eve trip. So that would be kind of scary if that was my actual stomach. Mixed protein, Nutella, banana, toasted oats, whey protein. Eat it as a bowl or make a smoothie. I don't eat whey because it's a dairy product and I'm vegan, so I don't eat dairy products. Also, Nutella is high in sugar. Banana is also a high glycemic index food. But I would eat the toasted oats and the peanut butter. Hi, Mike Miller. Only frog rules. Good to see you. JC Caesar says, I wish I could have snow. All right, guys, let me just quickly finish typing this in. It's the trivia question today is guess my favorite New Year's Eve host or hosts, because sometimes there's like dual hosts. Anderson Cooper / Andy Cohen. Okay. Boom. There you go. Now I don't have to hold my phone at a weird angle as I type. Okay. Trivia question is in there. Try to guess. Amazing. Niche. I'm going to say niche and say that the K is silent. One new subscriber. Let's get to 1 million subs. I say, why not? Let's get to 1 million subs. I would love that. Oh my gosh, Mike is with the Amish. I love that. It's so funny. Like, so cute that you help the Amish. All right. Good morning to you, Antonio. I think we just crossed over into the PM hours. So for me right now, I was late to this. I apologize. I overslept my alarm. It's just about 12:30 p.m. So we're now in like afternoon time here in Minnesota. Robbie, Ronnie, come on. I'm not gonna flash you. Where did it go? Flash us. New subscriber. Thank you, Only Frog Rules. Can you tell a story time when your stomach growled loud in public? The only time I can remember, it's technically not in public because it was at work, and I work for a private company. But I was in this meeting, I had bolted to work, and I was running late in the morning. I was like, screw it, I'll have a quick, I'll make my coffee, just maybe grab a granola bar. But this meeting went on forever, hours. And it got to the point where I couldn't even focus on what we were talking about at the meeting because I was so worried, because when my stomach growls, it's very loud. And so the whole time, not the whole time, but I would say halfway through the meeting, I was just flexing my stomach muscles, just like my abs, trying to stifle my loud stomach because I was starving. I was chugging water, trying to alleviate some of that hunger. But I think at least one time it growled super, super loud, and there weren't a ton of people in this meeting, and I didn't say anything, but I was like, can we just, oh my God, please let this meeting be over. I'm really suffering. It's 60 degrees in Ohio. Boy, oh boy. That's a little frightening. All right, Ronnie, goodbye. My wife wants to know how often you work out. She says you're in great shape. I try to work out every single day. I alternate between running and yoga. And I think once a week, I will go on a 3-mile walk with my dad. That's a standing workout. That's like a standing meetup that we have. He's now retired. I'm in my 30s, but we're very close. I'm very close with my family. So yeah, I try to stay active every day. And I'm going to be going on vacation now for, from tonight through New Year's Day, which is next Wednesday. So up there, I don't plan on doing a ton of heavy workouts, but I definitely want to walk around for at least 30 minutes. I think at minimum, if you can just walk for 30 minutes, doesn't have to be crazy, you don't have to be sweating or anything. Just get out there and move your body in some way. I think it goes a very long way. There's a healthy version of Nutella which replaces sugar with monk fruit. Ooh, I need to write this down. Also, too, Thunderjaw, I recently discovered chocolate hummus. I know it sounds weird. Everyone has had hummus as a savory snack, not a sweet one. But it's basically like Nutella with a lot of protein. So you blend down the chickpeas. You just don't add the garlic, the salt, the savory ingredients, but instead you add cocoa. You can add cane sugar if you want to, maybe a little bit healthier, more whole foods sweetener. You could do maple syrup, you could do stevia, you could do monk fruit. But I was like, hold on, because I saw my grocery store was selling it at a discount one day. And I was like, wait, this is basically like Nutella, but it has lots of protein from the chickpeas. And the sugar wasn't too bad. And I'm sure, you could even reduce whatever sugar content they had by replacing it with monk fruit. But I like this healthy Nutella because, as I've said before on here, I do try to watch my sugar. There are several type 2 diabetics in my family. Many people in my family struggle with their weight. So I just like knowing your family health dynamic. I think it's good to keep an eye on things that run in the family that people struggle with, and I just try to preempt it as much as I can. Like I'm in my 30s, which is it's like younger but not super young. So yeah, trying to just like get ahead of any bad habits or chronic health conditions as I can. Kevin, of course, we can't forget Adam Sandler, my favorite. Oh gosh. Okay, JC Caesar is a subscriber. Thank you, JC. Hi, Dennis. It's 10 a.m. in California. Yes, nice. You guys are 2 hours ahead of us here in the Midwest. Ronnie the Pig. I don't know what you're saying, Tommy. Hi, Miss World. Thank you, Abedin. I don't have kids, but I lean toward yes with having kids. Hi, oh shoot, I used to know your name in Chinese. Didn't you said your name, I could call you Prince, right? Am I getting that right? I don't read, I mean, that could be Mandarin, that could be Cantonese. I don't read the, like, Chinese alphabet characters, but I think you said I could call you Prince. This is weeks ago, but good to see you again. Hi, Andrea. I don't see those worn much anymore. It's a shame because I love these, what would this pattern be? I think people would call it like a cable knit sweater, braided pattern maybe, but I got this at H&M. I think the tag is still on it. Let's see if I can show you guys as evidence. It's very hard to see, but it does say H&M on here, or it says basic, I think. But this is from H&M. I've had this sweater since at least 2016, so it's going on a decade. I like, you guys, I buy and hold. Like, I do not cycle through stuff. I'm a minimalist and I don't like shopping. So I buy stuff and I try to keep it forever. This phone that I have is 8 years old. I'm upgrading to the iPhone 16 because it's like very old. But I'm glad you like the sweater because I have really tried to keep it nice for a very long time. Thank you for the Christmas wishes, Prince. Go Bengals! I love Joe Burrow, so I have to root for the Bengals. You guys, I don't have like one team that I root for. I like to just spread the support across multiple teams. There's a lot of teams I like, so I will root for the Bengals too. Merry Christmas. Okay, I read that one. I'm really hungry. Says nothing much. I just had some like tofu scramble for my quick breakfast, but I was like eating it quickly to get on this live. Hi, Mike. From these 304. I don't know what that means, smile face. But the cup is everything. Yes, you guys, I love Vincent van Gogh. I got this on my 28th birthday, so more than 3 years ago. I went to a Van Gogh exhibit that was traveling through the United States, and this is a very, very popular art painting of his called The Starry Night. And I love coffee and I love mugs, and I thought, hey, I would love to have this as a mug because I'll actually like use this, you know, art print. So yes, this is Vincent van Gogh's The Starry Night. This is my favorite coffee mug. I use this mug strictly for my morning coffee, and I usually go live at night. So that's why I don't think you guys have ever seen this mug. I always have like my red Betty Crocker mug or my snowman mug or there's another one I use. There's two snowman mugs actually. But yeah, this is my all-time favorite mug, and it is Vincent van Gogh from my 28th birthday. Going to Amish country now. I'm jealous. It's beautiful out there. I've seen like videos and photos. I've never actually been myself though. Whey is the only source of protein with complete amino acid profile. I don't think that's true, Thunderjaw. Bill, do you think the major languages are killing off the minority ones? I think it's important to try to retain them. I feel like yes. My hunch says yes about the major languages, because I think about like, look at the major countries that are producing like entertainment, YouTube, books. It's like the United States, Canada, Europe, and I feel like English is so dominant. Spanish is super dominant, French. I feel like it's like I do think that like small languages just can't keep up, because I also think too with like media and slang and informal talk on YouTube chats and the internet, TikTok, like I think English is just evolving so rapidly and more people are learning it. And there's just like languages that are barely surviving out there, so they're falling so much farther behind like every single day, which is sad because I don't want languages to just completely die out. Yes, Eduardo, chocolate hummus is a thing and it actually tastes great. Like it sounds gross. I was a little weirded out by it, but it is good. Hey, what's happening here? Shunt, I'm talking to everyone replying to their comments. I'm a bit behind, so give me a moment, guys. I try to get to all your comments. But yes, we're just chatting about all the stuff people are commenting. I'm not a dietitian, the namesake. Do you know the brand name of the Nutella hummus? It was just my local grocery store had made some in-house. So it was like their own creation. Sadly, it wasn't a brand like that's carried everywhere. I turned 31 on Christmas. Oh my gosh, happy belated birthday, Daniel. My plan is to start working out. The problem is I can't stop smoking. You can do it. Let me tell you this, Daniel. Both of my parents were smokers. I remember watching them as a kid. I remember being on vacation and watching them smoke. And they just, at a certain point, I think they got embarrassed. So they started smoking in the 80s, I want to say, maybe even earlier. Actually, no, my dad probably started smoking in the 70s when he was in his 20s. So my dad literally smoked in the 70s, he smoked in the 80s, the 90s, and then got to the 2000s. They had me and my sister, and my friend and I were she was over for a play date. We were playing in the backyard, and we just discovered some of his cigarette butts, and we brought them into the house, and we were like, oh, what are these? And my dad was just like so embarrassed that his kid and my friend, the two of us, had found his old cigarette butts, and he just was like, this is it, I can't do it. So both of my parents quit after smoking for decades. You can do it. Trust me. Like, it's possible. I'm doing good. Manu Padilla 005. Have you tried chocolate mint hummus? I would try it. That does sound a little bit weird, but I'm open to trying things. I also love mint. So, yes, I would definitely try that Serenity Story. George says, I don't even know what a New Year's host is, Hannah. This poll makes no sense. What are you talking about? So I guess, at least the way I've done New Year's most years is I'm, at my house, my parents' house, my friend's house, or somewhere out in public, and the TVs are all on. And there's all these New Year's Eve parties. Of course, there's one in Times Square. That's the one that I know Ryan Seacrest has hosted. I feel like Anderson Cooper and Andy Cohen are there. A lot of them take place in New York, but there's Washington, D.C., there's usually one in Tennessee, California. So it's just these television, on all night. There's these hosts that are and now we've got so-and-so here, and let's talk to this person, but they're kind of just hanging out in a location waiting for the New Year's to come. So I don't know, at least that's what in the US at least, there's just all these TV programs you can tune into that are in different cities and different time zones. Hi, Gracie. Hi, Chewy. Says, you look great. Thank you. I appreciate that, because I woke up very late today and I was I just got to scramble and make it to my live stream, because I said 12 o'clock noon and I didn't make it until 12:15. So I appreciate the compliment, because I was in a bit of a rush this morning. Fatima, I'm 31 years old. Oh, Ronnie the Pig. Gotcha. Okay, I wasn't understanding your comment, but I blocked Ronnie forever, so we're not going to see him anymore because he's a troll. Cassidy, hi. How are you? I'm so excited. Yes, I travel tonight at around 6, so that'll be really fun. I'm excited to join them. Back to the Future is here. So good to see you. Yay. I'm doing well. I'm going to be going on vacation this evening, so I head out oh man, the days go so fast when you sleep in so late. So I woke up very late today, and I'm heading out this evening for my New Year's vacation. Very excited for it. How about you? Back to the Future. George says basic, like me. Heading to Walnut Creek, Ohio. I think I will think about you and when I'm up there, LOL. Sounds good. The sweater since 2016, it still looks brand new. I try to take really good care of the stuff that I buy, you guys. I don't want to have to keep going out to replace things that I've ruined, damaged, stained, broken. I just really try to buy and hold for as long as possible until it really is time to like recycle it or throw it out. What do I do for a living? Asks Thunderjaw. I'm a data analyst. Grayson, hello, Grayson Matthews, yo. Ravindra, I'm 31. Starry Night, this is how I want to die. It actually would be quite a beautiful sight to be on your last day. That's beautiful art. Yes, I love Vincent van Gogh. It's such a pretty mug. Yes, I love this mug. I'll just hold it here so you guys can see it. Hi, John Puntini. How are you? What are your thoughts on the drone situation? I'm just like, you know what? I could sit here and think about it all day long, and that is not going to change one single thing about the drone situation. So I heard about it, and then I'm just kind of like moving on with my life. Like, me worrying about it isn't going to change anything, so I just don't really think about it. It is weird, though. I agree with you, Pony. Thank you, Cinematic Tidbits. All right, trying to get caught up, guys. Hi, Daniel, shoemate. You gonna do the polar bear plunge on New Year's Day? I don't have plans for it, but you guys, as some of you know, I'm a huge Cristiano Ronaldo fan. I love that man. Oh, he's so great. He's the GOAT. I subscribe to his YouTube channel. You guys all should as well. So I get like notifications whenever he posts. Like he just did a little battle thing with Mr. Beast, and it has insane, like triple-digit million views, just wild. But he has amazing content on his YouTube channel, and I just got like I got an upload notification from Cristiano's channel, and this man, he does it so calmly, and he's like smiling, and he's so positive, but he's on this frozen lake with his family standing nearby, and he walks out of this little like lodge thing, and then he's like, okay, today I'm gonna get into this frozen lake, and he's like pumped to do it, and then he's like, backing himself down into like on this ladder into the lake, and he's like, oh, it's so fresh, and I'm just like, this would not be me doing a polar bear plunge, but watching him do it, and he's just like, he's in there and he's swimming around, and he's like, muy fria, it's very cold. And I was like, this man he's making it look like the most fun activity on planet Earth. So watching him do that yesterday, or whenever it was he did it, he uploaded the short yesterday, but I was like, you are influencing me, you are inspiring me to do one of these myself and not be such a princess about it. Because I mean, I know how good it is for you. I've heard so many things say like it's so good to submerge yourself in cold water, it does this, it does that. Clearly the man is in excellent shape. He's crushing it in the pro leagues still at age 40. Like he's gonna be 40 soon. So yeah, watching that polar plunge, like he did an ice plunge, I was like, I should do this. Like I should stop like being so sensitive and just do this. But I still don't know if I want to do it this year on New Year's Day, Kevin. Hi, George. All right. Sorry, you've been here. Why did I say that? But I'm reading your comment here. We should all agree that in the next stream, we all speak an endangered language exclusively. I don't think that's going to go well. Rich says, I can see the poll being Dick Clark. You're too young to have seen him. Wrong. I did see him. I've watched all 4 of the people in this poll. So I was born in 1993. Dick Clark passed away in 2012, which is when I finished high school. So I have seen all of them, including Dick Clark. Taco Burrito says, Chewy. OMG, your freckles. I'm so jealous. I tried a lot of things, but I need them natural ones. I know people get like tattoo freckles, but yeah, these are not tattoos. I don't really know how to prove that other than saying, like, you can look at videos from me from 4 years ago when I started YouTube. Same exact freckles. If you zoom in, they'll be in the same place. And I guess I would have to show like kid photos to really prove that they're not tattoos. But yeah, these are natural freckles. I'm back. Yes, NC. So are you. If you live in the northern East Coast, you can get chocolate hummus at Wegmans. I don't know what Wegmans is. Must be a chain out there. Wegmans is a privately held American supermarket chain headquartered in Gates, New York. It's in 8 states and the District of Columbia. Wow. I worked in the District of Columbia. Technically, I lived in Maryland, but I never ever once saw a Wegmans before. Huh. Curious. Do you prefer gelato or normal ice cream? I feel like I like both and I'm not really picky. So I don't know. Hi, JC Caesar. Crisscross. I'm biracial, half white, half black. My white Euro mix side is English, Irish, German, and Dutch. And my dad's side is, as far as we know, straight Ethiopian because he came here from Ethiopia in the 1980s. You're welcome, Daniel. What's my New Year's resolution? I have so many. I'm going to do a video on this, but I love the question. And see, number 1 New Year's resolution, hit 100,000 subscribers on YouTube. I'm just going to be so consistent, work so hard. So try to hit that goal. I'd like to collab with at least one brand every month for YouTube. Get all 3 of the splits. I really want to work on my flexibility because that's really fallen by the wayside, which kind of goes hand in hand. Just I want to do more yoga. And then there's another one, probably books, like read a certain number of books. Yeah, those are the ones I can think of right now. And see, but the big one is YouTube subscribers. Who is your favorite singer? I think is what I saw. That's very hard. JC Caesar. Because I feel like my favorite singer, like vocals wise, is Christina Aguilera. Crazy vocals. I don't think anyone will like top her in my book, in my opinion. But I would say favorite like singer, songwriter, artist is Taylor Swift. Please like and subscribe if you enjoyed these lives. Thank you, John. I appreciate it. What's your favorite candy? That Roblox gamer, it's something to do with like chocolate. It would have to be like Reese's Puffs. I mean, not Reese's Puffs, sorry. Reese's Cups. But there's like a vegan non-dairy version because I think regular Reese's, last time I checked, has milk product in it. I would probably go with like Justin's brand, which are dairy-free, like dark chocolate peanut butter cups. But as a kid, I loved Kit Kats. Those were my favorite candy. I still love Dots. But yeah, really chocolate anything is my go-to in terms of sweets. Pony B says, you give off amazing energy. Thanks for sharing. You're welcome, Pony B. I appreciate the compliment. Hi, Abedin. I'm here every day this month, so you can catch me live all the time. And George replying to Abedin. Doing good, how are you? I'm doing good, John. I slept in quite late. I woke up at 11:30 a.m., which was like about an hour, a little over an hour ago. Was scrambling to get to this live because I was saying 12 o'clock noon. I did not make it on time. But yeah, I'm basically just doing live for probably a couple hours, and then I am doing laundry right now. I gotta pack for my trip. And then I'm leaving tonight to go up north, which should be amazing. I love it up there, you guys. I cannot like convey in words or through video how much I love like northern Minnesota. Anything that's on the coast of Lake Superior up there is just it's such a vibe. It's cozy, it's wintry, just this like Northwoods feel. Super cool. So yeah, I can't wait. I'm very, very excited for my trip, John. Ooh, I am in Tennessee. I've been in the car Okay, you retracted it. Didn't finish your comment, Ledger. George, we should send our own drones up to confuse the drones with our drones so the drones feel self-conscious about being drones when they see our goat drones. That's a lot of drones you said there, George. Oh, Kirby, I know. You like Messi over Ronaldo. Ronaldo is the woat, not the goat. You know that? The woat. What do you mean? The worst of all time? Robbie says, what is the occasion for you being live so early? Robbie, I'm going on vacation tonight. So tonight I'm going to be driving up north to northern Minnesota because I live in like Minneapolis, St. Paul, which are the major cities in Minnesota. They're like, let me just, if this is the state of Minnesota, this is going to be a challenge because I'm realizing this is like a mirror reflection for you. But let's see if I hold my pen like this. Yeah. Okay, so now you're going to see where Minneapolis is if I draw it. So Minneapolis is basically like right here. And then I'm going to be driving all the way up here and like roughly like this. This is where Duluth is, which is the major city in like the northern part of the state. And this whole like coast up here, this is where Lake Superior touches our state. And then if you just follow the coast all the way north, like this, basically like up here, this is Canada. So yeah, I'm going from Minneapolis up to Duluth, and then Lake Superior is just like all over here. And then like Wisconsin is just across. So yeah, I'm gonna be driving about 3 hours this evening to get up north. And yeah, it's gonna be fun. My family's already up there, so I'm the last one. I'm the straggler. But I had to move my live to earlier today because I cannot go live from the road. That's dangerous. And also the cell service from Minneapolis to Duluth, it's pretty rural, so there's some spots where you just lose service. Did you see Ronaldo say Vinicius Jr. deserved? Yeah, I completely agree with him. I didn't hear him say this, Kirby, but I was like, come on, like, are you kidding me? Like, Vinicius did not get this. So I was low-key pissed about that. I love that he said that, Kirby. Daytime, Hannah. Yes, I'm here in the daytime. It's not nighttime, SM, and that's because I'm going on vacation tonight. I'm going to be driving, so I'm not trying to be a distracted driver and be like chatting with you guys on the road in the dark, in the wintertime, going north. Back to the Future says, we have Wegmans here in Pennsylvania. It's a grocery store. Okay, I lived in Connecticut for 4 years. I also lived in Maryland and commuted into DC for work 1 year. So between those 5 years I spent out east, I'm so surprised. I never, like, let me just, because I lived in New Haven, Connecticut. Is there a Wegmans in New Haven? No, there's not a Wegmans in New Haven. Oh, they're going to be opening one close by in Norwalk, or however you say that, Connecticut. Are there any Wegmans in Connecticut? Connecticut. Oh no, they're only just opening the first. Hold on. Yeah, there's no Wegmans as of now, but they started building the first store. Connecticut's first Wegmans. They started like construction in September of this year, so just a few months ago. So it's gonna open next year. So that would probably explain why. It's a chain I've never heard of until right now. Did you see the animated film Vincent based on the artist's life? I don't think I saw that, Bill. No, but I should, being a huge Vincent van Gogh fan. How long will you be streaming for today? I'm going to make dinner soon, so hopefully won't miss the rest of the stream. If I do, feel free to get Kirby to vaporize me. You and vaporization. It's definitely a thing. I'm planning, so I've been on here now for 40 minutes. I'm probably going to be on for another, I just want to check my time because I don't want to be like actually rushing to get up north. So it's just about 1. That would bring me to 2:30. I think. Yeah, okay. I think I'll be on here for like another hour and 20 minutes. So, still some time. Kirby says, bruh. Rose is here. Hi, Busha. I'm doing well. How are you doing? JC Caesar. Yeah, okay. I like Katy Perry. She's not my fave, but she has an incredible voice. How fast do you think Taylor Swift really is? I don't know. I don't know her that well, but man, she is incredible. I've been listening to her since I was in middle school. Since I want to say like 11 or 12, because she started her career when I think she got signed at age 13 or 14. She has a very popular song from way back in the day called 15, when she talks about when she was 15 and like the drama she was going through at school. So, I mean, yeah, she's been around. She's like the mainstay as in terms of like artists go, like musical artists. She's been around for most of my life, consistently producing music, and I can remember different like ages, different places, phases of my life, where I was when she released a new album. Like in middle school, high school, living overseas, college. I remember 2 of her albums from college. I remember going to shop with my freshman roommate at Urban Outfitters in New Haven. I don't even think it's there anymore. But I remember walking into the Urban Outfitters and there was this huge display, very front of the store, and it was for the Red album of hers, which I think came out in like 2012. And there was all this merchandise. You could buy the Red vinyl and, all this other stuff related to the Red album. And then fast forward to I think it was the fall of 2015, still at college. I think I would have been a senior at this point, and I was working my student job, and my boss comes running out of his office, and he's just like, "Oh my God, have you seen the Taylor Swift music video for Blank Space? It's crazy." And I was like, "No, I didn't even know her album was out." But apparently he was a bigger Swiftie than me. So he's like, "We have to watch it right now. It's so good." So I pull it, like, mind you, this is my boss and I'm at work, working for him. And he's like, basically, forget what you're doing. We have to pull up the Blank Space music video and watch it right now. So I remember watching the Taylor Swift Blank Space music video. That's off of her 1989 album. And then I remember being in Washington, D.C. a couple years later, and she dropped the Reputation album. Watched the music video with my friend who lived out there. It's just like her music has like followed me. I shouldn't say that. It's like she's not following anyone. But it's her music has coincided with like basically every chapter of my teenage and like adult life since age 12 or 13. Like all the way through like age 31, like just this year. Well, I guess technically I would have been 30 going on 31, but back in April of this year, she dropped the Tortured Poets Department. So I know people have strong feelings about Taylor Swift. A lot of people hate her, can't stand her. I get it. Her music isn't for everyone. I feel that way about other artists, but just in terms of like my life and music that I have like been growing with, it's just there's no one that comes close because she's been so like productive in producing music. Even though your hair isn't a bun, it looks curly. It is curly. Yes, Pony, it is very curly. Hi, Joe Monk. Hi, Oile Teodosio in Paris. How are you? Comment ça va, Oile? I've been into boxing for 4 years now. Getting cold bath isn't required until you've got muscle injuries, or else you don't take ice baths. It's stress response to your body. I disagree because I do have healthcare providers in my family, and they all say it's great for you. You don't need it just for injuries. Rich, 3 NFL games today, Chargers and Pats right now, but you're too busy to see them today. Yeah, today is like a travel, packing and travel day. So sadly, I will not be seeing the NFL games today. However, you guys, I'm so excited about this. My sister brought this up. So the Vikings are playing the Packers tomorrow. Huge rivalry. To be quite honest, I love both teams. I've actually seen the Packers play at Lambeau, and I've never seen the Vikings play right here in my own backyard. I love both teams, and I'm not like a hater when it comes to like rivalries. So, my sister though, she's like, hey, like when we're up north, we want to cross over into Wisconsin and go watch the Vikings game at a bar in Wisconsin just to like troll them. And I was like, this is genius. So that's probably what we're gonna get up to tomorrow. Haystacks is saying, I visited the coast of Ohio for the first time ever last year. Don't think I'd ever been that far north, but it was so pretty next to the lake. Yes. I mean, I say that I really don't like the beach and I don't like the ocean, but having the Great Lakes right here in the Midwest, to me, that is like pretty much the ocean. They're not as big, obviously, but it's such a massive body of water that it feels like the ocean when you're standing next to it. So that is my kind of ocean. I just love the Great Lakes here in the Midwest. Messy Goat, Ronaldo Wote. No, guys. Sadhguru Foundation, hello. Oh, Talkvid Gear is back, hello. I'm going on vacation tonight, so I'm on live earlier than I normally go, but good to see you again, Talkvid Gear. Kid Cat, as a child I used to ask, oh shoot, where am I? Dang it. So Bill, I'm at your comment here. Kit Kat, as a child I used to ask for kitty cat, which is a cat food. That's funny. I'm doing good, Sadhguru Foundation. George says America needs a diet. It's way too big. Talk about arrogant. Lake Superior. It's Lake Superior because it's the biggest of the Great Lakes. So that is why it's named that. Happy holidays, Talkfoot Gear. Hi, Cheyenne. Welcome back. Thank you so much. Good to see you. How have you been? Did you have a wonderful Christmas? Yes, I had a great Christmas with family. Got really fun gifts. How about your Christmas? Robbie says, what do you got planned to do up there while you're gone? I am just going to be playing a lot of almost spilled my coffee. Play a lot of card games, watch a lot of TV, walk around, enjoy the snow, go into the city. Yeah, just chill and have a really fun time. Hi, YMCYBF with the hug and heart emojis. Oh, Christina Estrada grew up in Connecticut. Yes, it is stunning. New England falls are so beautiful. They rival the Midwest falls. Like, we have very beautiful colors here, but I remember I did 4 autumns in Connecticut and 1 autumn in Washington, D.C. Stunning. So beautiful. Did you ever see Taylor Swift live? Oh my gosh, John. Of course I've seen her live. John, I went to the Eras tour in summer 2023. If you go to my channel and scroll back, you'll find the video. Where's the star eyes emoji? Star. It was just the best concert. Nothing will ever be better than the Eras tour. That, I'm like, girl, how are you doing a 3-hour set, carrying it yourself? Like, all of it is based on you singing, dancing, playing the piano, playing the guitar, playing the banjo. Crazy. Yes, so she is incredible live. Best performer. Talkvid Gear says, for show. Rated Frog says, I grew up with Juice WRLD and 21 Pilots. I love 21 Pilots. I don't know Juice WRLD. I'm going to write this down. I'm curious. I bet my sister would know. Juice, WRLD. I wonder if that's like a Gen Z, Gen Alpha thing. I didn't realize Swiftie was so long-lived. Oh my god, you guys. She has been around forever. She has been around since I mean, her debut album came out in like 2006. Taylor Swift debut album. Yep, it came out in October 2006, and it's self-titled Taylor Swift. How many albums now? How many? I mean, this girl does not ever stop. How many albums does Taylor Swift have? She has 11 in her young life. She's 35, guys. She's released 11 original studio albums. She's also re-recorded 4 of them. And I think she has 14 Grammys. Yep, she has 14 Grammy Awards and 52 nominations. She's a machine. Like, Taylor is low-key the Terminator because she just never rests and never stops producing music. It's incredible. All right, Serenity Story is saying the first Wegmans has opened for over 100 years. Oh, the store was in New York. Okay. Haven't spent a ton of time in New York. It's been just like little trips here and there. So I never would have had occasion to stop at a Wegmans in New York. Do they have Wegmans in like New York City? Because I really have only been to New York City. Are there Wegmans in New York City? There's one in Brooklyn, and there's one on Broadway. But I just, when in New York, I've never gone grocery shopping in New York City. George says, I'm like 2 years older than you, but don't recall her in my life before I was like 17-ish. No, I mean, I remember distinctly being in middle school, and I was in middle school in like 2007, and we all had it was like the Motorola Razr. That's what I had. I had a friend who had like the chocolate like slide phones. And then there were the Sidekicks. There were all these like pre-iPhones that we had. And my friend who had this, I just remember her phone. It was like hot pink. It was a sliding phone. It was the chocolate. And I don't know who carried it. Like the carrier, whoever produced it. But her ringtone was Love Story by Taylor Swift. And I remember I was like, I really like that song. It's so catchy. Who sings it? And so I quickly realized it was Taylor Swift. So that was back in 2007 or 8, I would say. Yeah, she's been around for decades, y'all. She started so young. Yes, I did go to Yale. Christine. I love popcorn. Serenity Story. Joseph Terra says, LOL. Turn up for show. Bill is saying, have you tried some of the newer sports like pickleball? Nope, you guys. I'm old school when it comes to my sports. I don't like this, like, just frisbee golf. Hell no. I'm going to golf. I'm not going to do frisbee golf. Same feelings about pickleball. I'm going to go play tennis. That's it. Like, no. No. But I do have friends who play pickleball. John says about Taylor Swift. Taylor Swift being your favorite and her music not being for everyone. I feel the same way about U2. Yes, I mean, I've listened to U2. It's not my favorite. I wouldn't actively seek them out and listen to like a playlist like on Spotify, but they're still like fine. Yeah. I think a lot of people think Taylor Swift is annoying. I can see that. I think some of her stuff is petty. It's funny, but I do think it can come across as petty and immature. But for me, it's just her poetry, her sentence structure, alliteration, the cleverness of her words. She does like double meanings with her words a lot. It's like so well written. So it's like the way that she writes, I'm just like blown away. It's so well written and so clever. And I like as an English like fan, like I love like good writing, clever writing, references, and rhyme structure and all that stuff. Like you should go to YouTube and actually there are like English teachers who will break down like Taylor Swift's writing and they're like, "Oh my god, she did this and she did this and did you see how she used." So I feel like if you're like a poetry person or you really love like English writing or I don't know, just her writing is so on point. It's so good. So good. Have you ever seen an EPL match in person? No, George. This is on my bucket list. I am absolutely obsessed with the English Premier League. I watch it every single weekend. I'm low-key pissed because there are no games that I can watch on my streaming app today. A bunch of them are taking place tomorrow. And for all the obsession, I've never actually seen a Premier League game in person. So I want to see like all the teams. I want to go to all the stadiums. I would love that. Hi, Amir. Have you seen? Okay, read that one. Why do so many people hate on Taylor? Has she done anything? I think the main complaint with Taylor Swift, okay, I feel like she perfectly sings about the like female experience, and I would say probably like specifically in like Western countries. It's just like drama, boys, growing up, feeling insecure, being let down, judgment, anxiety, depression. She sings about sobriety. She sings about alcohol, not abuse, but alcohol issues. So yeah, I feel like she like captures what it's like to grow up female in the United States or just in the modern world. And so I think that's why so many of her fans are female. And like guys who I've talked to, they're just like, I don't get it. Like, what's the appeal? She's annoying. She just sings about like her boy drama. And I'm like, yeah, but like I think she just really hits home with a lot of women who have gone through the same stuff that she has. And then I think people also don't like Taylor Swift because she has dated a lot of famous people, and often she will write her songs about her exes in a very like disparaging way, critical way. So I think guys see that and they're like, yikes, like I don't like that. I don't like the fact that she's just like vilifying her ex in this song. It's like coded in a way where she's not explicitly naming the person's name, but it's clearly in all, basically she's cluing you in that it is this person that she's writing about in her music. And some people find that to be very off-putting and very petty. Thank you, Cheyenne. I'm very excited for my vacation. I went to watch a game of Shinty, an old Scottish game like hockey but far more brutal. That doesn't surprise me. I'm not a fan of like super brutal sports. I do not watch like hand fight, any like actual like boxing, MMA stuff. I cannot. I get like so sad watching that. It just makes me like want to cry. I just don't like watching people get beat up, even though it is like a voluntary sport. I don't like rugby, and I don't like. I feel like there's another really like brutal sport I'm forgetting, but yeah, no, don't like the really rough sports. Yes, I had a wonderful Christmas, got amazing gifts, says Cheyenne. That's wonderful. I normally can't hang with a live chat for any extended amount of time, but I'm really enjoying your channel. Thank you, Pony V. I appreciate it. Sorry, I know I'm behind. I'm trying to get caught up. Girl, you stunning. Stay safe on here. Yeah, Elsie, I am doing my best to like maintain some level of privacy. So I'm just saying this. I've said it before. I have sadly watched female YouTubers who I subscribe to. They've disclosed too many breadcrumbs about their life, and they have had stalkers come to them, and they've had to like move their homes, like move to a different home, get local law enforcement involved. It's a wild world out there. So you do have to be careful on the internet. So I do try to stay private to a certain point. Thank you, George. Rated Frog is shocked I don't know Juice WRLD. I'm sure I've heard about them. I'm pretty like in the know with artists and like pop culture. I just typed in Lucid, but I should actually be typing in Juice WRLD. Oh, LOL. This is so embarrassing. Well, I probably don't know him because he was born 5 years after I. Oh no, he's not alive anymore. No. Oh, this is so sad. What happened? I'm guessing someone probably got him. Dang. Oh no. What happened? Sorry, this is. Oh, drug overdose. Oxycodone and codeine. Oh. That makes me like not want to listen to him. Not because his music is, I'm sure it's amazing, but that just makes me so sad. It's like listening to Avicii, like just knowing how his life ended. It was so sad. Taylor Terminator, yeah, she is the Terminator, guys. What other places have you been to before? Oh, Cheyenne, I've been to many places. I've been to most of Europe. I've been to Morocco. I've been to Azerbaijan. And I've been to probably half of the United States. I don't know what language that is, Amir. What's up, kings and queens? Hi, chilling chilling PYR0. Thank you, Mob Allah Elamin. Thank you, Bernardo. Oh, I gotta close the poll. We just hit the 1 hour mark. So if you haven't voted, you got like 10 seconds. Try to guess. What did I say? My favorite New Year's Eve host for like the TV specials that they host, at least here in the U.S., because it sounded like some of you were confused about what I meant by like host. Bernardo says Beyonce gonna get her and Jay-Z. I think we're at 50 likes now. All right. Okay. God, spamming, man. So immature, so dumb. I had a crush on Taylor Swift, but quickly snapped out of it knowing I'd just become another song. Oh, yeah, beware, guys. If you ever think, I mean, she's currently with Travis Kelce, but like, if she's ever on the market again, that's kind of the like caution is, oh, beware, she might write a song about you. Disc golf is one of my favorite sports. Some golf courses are adding disc golf to their property for extra sources of income. That is smart. That's a smart move. I just personally don't like it as a sport. Thank you, Heather Smith. Kirby says, I'm not trying to hear about your boy drama Tay-Tay. I get it, Kirby. Okay, where was I? You're welcome, says Cheyenne. Christine says, I think she is talented and I enjoy some of her music. Yes, I do think she is a great talent. I think what shocks me most, because I know how long it takes me to write like papers or just drafts of whatever for work, and she can write entire songs. Like she wrote Love Story in 20 minutes when she was young, like still living with her parents. But there's this interview, you can look it up, and the interview person is like, how long did it take you to like write Love Story? It's such a smash hit. She's like, oh, I wrote it in 20 minutes on my bedroom floor, just, one night. And she does the same thing with like all of these songs. She literally will write them in one night, all by herself, at her piano, or just, sounding it out. She'll record like phone recordings like in the middle of the night if she gets an idea. So I think her pace is crazy. Like she can just come up with smash hit songs in 20 minutes. It's unbelievable. I think she's talented. Okay, hi Nobi. I love boxing. I guess that's because I was brought up with it. Yes, I think if you're brought up with it, it's great. I just was not brought up with any kind of like combat sports, so I find them very, very hard to watch. Cheyenne says, I don't like watching people get hurt either. Yeah, it's just, it makes me feel, I like want to like make it stop. I'm like, because like there were fights in school growing up. I've seen fights happen out in public every now and then. And it like stresses me out. I'm like, I just don't want to see people like fighting, like hitting each other in the face. No, thank you. Tan, hello Tan. There are some crazy men that want to fall in love before you even meet them. Yes, Paul, it's very scary. Christine says football can be violent and dangerous, especially with traumatic brain injuries. Yes, and that's why I don't like rugby, because I feel like rugby is even more brutal than American football, and I feel like they don't wear nearly enough, equipment, padding, just can't stand it. Rated frog, yes, overdose. That's what I found on the internet too. Cheyenne says, yes, I agree with you. We got to be very careful on the internet. That's why I keep my privacy safe and I don't give nobody my information. Yeah, there is certain things that I just will never share on the internet because I honestly like look to my like celebrity faves, and I was I was looking at how I Googled like how does Taylor Swift deal with stalkers, and you guys, if you just like Google, like take a minute and Google just the stalker incidents that Taylor Swift has had to deal with. Unfortunately, all of her homes are on the internet. Like people have taken photos, drone photos, people have camped out and just Like people know where she lives, so all of her addresses are public knowledge if you just Google them. Like where does Taylor Swift live? You can find them. She has had people break in armed into her homes. She had one guy break into her apartment in New York, like go through her things, take a shower, and then like go to sleep, like in her either in her bed or her living room. She had one guy show up thinking that they were in a real marriage, complete stranger, stalker dude. And it's very intense, but she actually, whenever she's like walking around, like out and about, she carries military grade bandages for stab attacks and gunshots because she's just like, there's crazy people out there, and unfortunately there are other, especially females, that they've been attacked. So she just, yeah, it's intense, but she's had a whole slew of stalkers and crazy people come after her. Hi Habasha friend, hi Emmanuel Tekle. Juice World was dope. Cheyenne, what's it like in Europe? Did you like it in Europe? Yes, I did really like it in Europe. I felt it's just the safety level, the crime is way lower. It's very clean. This blew my mind. Okay, so just to give you a picture of like the security situation in at least Germany compared to the United States. I was teaching there in 2016 and 2017. I taught English at two schools, but it was like one school on top of the other. So it was basically one place I would go to work. This would never happen in any US school ever. Crazy. You literally, when I would go to work, you open the door and you walk right in to the school. You walk right in, you go up the staircases and you go into the teacher's lounge. Nothing is locked. There's no security person sitting. There's not a single person sitting at the front door of this school, checking, like, I feel like even when I was growing up going to school, you had to like check in at the front desk. You had to get a visitor badge. I don't even know what schools are like these days because unfortunately there have been so many like shootings and just violent incidents. But I just could not believe this. I was like, are you kidding me? I'm literally like, I'm a fully grown adult. I'm part of the teaching staff. I'm not a German citizen. I'm here as a worker, basically as a work visa visitor. And just you literally walk in the front door and no one checks you. I would just, every day I went to work, I would walk in the front door and all by myself go up the staircase and walk right into the teacher's lounge. And there was no security, there were no badges, there were no name tags, nothing. Nothing. And I was like, this could never happen in the United States because we would have way more incidents. So it just felt a lot safer honestly, because there's just way less violent crime. Way less like gun violence in Germany compared to the United States. So very shocking that specific thing. Okay, sorry, I'm behind, guys. Let me get caught up. Kirby says sad music by Juice World, but he was one of the most talented rappers coming up. Okay. I don't really like sad music, but then again, I do listen to Taylor Swift, and a lot of her stuff is sad. Christine, oh, you're Greek. Yes, I have been to Greece. Oh my God, I loved Greece. I was in Athens back in, oh boy, this was like April of 2015, so almost a decade ago. But I was there on study abroad. I did like a course-related field trip to Athens, and I went to the Agora. I went to the Parthenon. And what else? I just kind of like walked around the streets. I had ouzo in Athens. It was amazing. Oh my God, I loved it there. Eating vegetarian and vegan in Greece is it's not even like easy, but it's like a privilege. Like it's so good. Hi Dustin Gamboa. I am having a good day. Thank you. Yes, Paul is saying, what kind of snacks do you prefer? I like cucumber slices with iodized salt. I eat kind of everything. I'll have crackers, I'll have hummus, like chip dip with hummus. I'm just looking in my kitchen. Yeah, I don't know. Those are the two that come to mind. Check out this early bird. Yeah, early bird. LOL. I woke up at 11:30 a.m. today. Breakdancing as an Olympic sport? No, the Australian girl was a joke. Yeah, it was very cringe. Very, very cringe at the Olympics. Hi, Quincy Isaacs. Australia is GOAT in breakdancing. Oof, not based on the Olympics, no. I hate fights. One time at my school, someone... Ooh. I'm sorry to hear that Serenity story. Raygun is the GOAT. I don't know who that is, Kirby. We're all human, we all make mistakes, says Lewis. Cheyenne is saying, I don't like rugby either because they don't wear enough. Yep, I had a friend who played club rugby in college, and every time I would grab lunch with him or just see him walking by, I'm like, how are you? And he's just like, oh, I have this injury now. I have to wait, this many games because I have a concussion. And I'm like, it made me so mad. He was always injured. Unfortunately, too many people are way too parasocial, and I blame social media. I agree, George. I think we just get way too lax, because it's like when you're like in person with someone, it's usually like a friend or someone who's working at a store or a coworker or family friends, like people you kind of can like judge in person. But I just think the internet people let their guard down too much and they disclose too much about their lives. Leo was a fighter in school. Oof. Oh my god. That's scary. Hi, Crisscross. Thank you so much. Ooh, we got a lot of deleted comments. Thank you. Mods, you are the best. Almost caught up. I'm getting there. I'm glad you enjoyed Europe. Yes, I enjoyed it a lot, but to be quite honest with you, Cheyenne, by the end of my year working there, I was so ready to come back to the United States. I was like, it's just not the same. I feel like one thing that really bothered me in Germany, it just felt like everyone was so socialized and doing the same thing. It's like we all work and then we all go out to the beer garden together and just sit and drink beer, and then we go home, and I'm just like, I'm very, very much an American where I'm just like, leave me alone, let me do my own thing. I'm very independent minded. I don't like being told what to do. I just think everyone should kind of follow their own individual path, whatever makes sense for them. And it felt like everyone was so like, just kind of like socialized to do the same, kind of follow the same path or whatever. And I'm just like, no. So I was excited to come back to the United States. I really missed it by the end. Rich says Taylor Swift recently bought a house here just west of Toronto. Yes, I love that. Oh my god, I would love to have property in Canada. She knows what's up. I wonder if German schools are still that way. I mean, Kirby, I went back in 2018 and 2019 to go back and visit my teacher colleagues after I had left from that year of teaching. Both times, 2018, 2019, I was like, okay, I'm in town. And they were like, yeah, just come and visit us. Same thing, walked as a stranger. Like, I wasn't even on a visa. I was just there visiting. I was not part of the teaching staff. But when I went back those 2 years after I had been teaching there, as just a visitor in the country, like, I just literally rolled on up and walked through the front door and into the teacher's lounge, and they're like, oh, Hannah, it's so great to see you. How are... And I'm like, this is wild. Like, just, I think every American would be shocked seeing how easily you could just walk into a school and just go right into the teacher's lounge. No problem. Wild. It's the same here in England. That blows my mind, George. Celebrities have full-time security teams, as they should, because when you're seeing, like, I mean, even smaller YouTubers who I follow deal with stalkers, it's like, when you're that exposed as like a global celebrity, if you're Ronaldo, Messi, Taylor Swift, Justin Bieber, Olivia Rodrigo, Billie Eilish, just anyone who's that level of famous, I think you really should have a full-on security team. Because it's just, that's what I say, all it takes is one person who is determined to get to you or harm you, and that's it. Like, it can be over that fast. It's so scary. Are there any places you refuse to ever visit? It's unfortunate, but the way that the laws currently stand, I would never step foot in Afghanistan. as a woman, it's so dangerous there. Um, it's no. So if it changes, if it becomes more female friendly, I would love to go there, but right now I would refuse to go to Afghanistan. It is not safe there. John says, I knew the UK is a lot better than the US about gun violence, and then I heard recently that it's doing better than the US on other types of violence as well. I believe that. What's your best meal? It's probably Ethiopian food, Bernardo. Ooh, lots of spam. Whew. Someone banned this dingus. Thank you. It looks like John took care of that person. I appreciate you, mods. Thank you, Unshielded Believer. I tore a ligament. No. Oh, shoot, Kirby. Is it the same leg where you were saying you thought you had overextended your knee? Thank you, Sante. Cheyenne says, I understand your situation with Germany and I don't like being told what to do either. I agree with you. Yeah, I mean, it's a wonderful, there's so many wonderful, I think they're doing great that we could do better in the United States. But ultimately, I was like, no, I'm very glad I was not born there. I feel like truly you can do whatever you want to do in the United States. And I feel like in Germany, everything is very your path is determined for you at a very young age. So the type of school you go to, depending on how you do early on, you get put on a path toward university. If you don't do that great, you get put on a path toward more vocational, trade school, apprenticeships. And I don't really like that. Even if you don't do good in school, you should still have the option to go to, it shouldn't be difficult for you to go to university if you want to pay for it. You might not get a full ride, you might have to pay out of pocket a lot, but just knowing that for some students, in my school, basically the path to university was cut off because they were, they had basically been put on this path toward the trades and apprenticeships. I was like, this is messed up. What? I really felt strongly about that because I'm like, no, if you, very American, but I'm like, if you want to go to college and you're not a great student, but you still are very much set on going to college, you should go to college. You shouldn't just have some structure or system cut that option off for you. That's just so messed up. That got me really angry over there. Hi, Victor Arroyo. Christine says, yes, if you can go, it's beautiful and the food is delicious. It really is delicious. Yes. John is GOAT, says George. Yes. The mods are wonderful. I think we can get to 60 likes. I want a security team, says George. Horatio is here. Happy New Year. You're going to be in Acapulco. What a fun place to celebrate New Year's. Hossein is here. Hi, Hossein. George says, I hate that about England. Too much socializing is expected with colleagues at times. Yes. Yes. Yeah, not a fan. Call me an American, but I'm just like, no. Just, I don't mind socializing. I don't mind going out with coworkers, but it's when it feels like it's just, you're being forced and peer pressured into doing all this collective stuff. That crap drives me nuts. I hate it. Oh, Kirby says, yes, it was the same knee. No, Kirby, I'm so sorry. Shoot. I hope your treatment and recovery doesn't take too long, and hopefully you're able to take a break from your farming duties, although I don't really know how that works. I feel like when you work a day job that's at a desk, you can just be like, I need to recover. I'm piecing out of my office job. And they're like, okay, but farm animals, all your farming responsibilities aren't the same. Okay. Rich is saying, yes, school doors are locked here, have to buzz in and show ID to get in. Excellent. I mean, I think that's how it has to be. Especially, just places where there have been incidents, I'm like, please make it secure for the kiddos. Hey, it's Friday, let's go to the pub. Every week it's come on, no. No. I'm not that person. Dwayne Kelly. Sure, we have our issues, but when it comes down to it, we will always come together to help one another. Yeah, no, I'm with you. I love the United States. It's my favorite country. I'm so glad I was born here, and I would never give up my U.S. citizenship for anything. No frickin' way. No way. George, I can donate my ligaments to you. Oh gosh. Paul Brislinger with the emoji snowman. Love it. Yes, USA is great, guys. I love it here. ¿Qué estás tomando? What? Tomando? I don't know. Tomando. What does that mean? What are you? Estás tomando? Oh, drinking probably. Let's see if I can figure this out. Estoy tomando. Is it café? I should remember this, but my Spanish is so bad. But I'm drinking coffee, Edwin. Ugh. Es café, Edwin. Your blue cup is beautiful. Yes, you are right, Horatio. This is a very famous painting by Vincent van Gogh. It's called The Starry Night. I love this mug, and a lot of people have commented on it. This was not a deliberate choice. Also, guys, I completely forgot to close the poll. Yikes, sorry. I get so distracted in the chat, which is a good thing, but also I leave you guys hanging. But a lot of people have commented. They're like, oh, I like your mug. And I love that I get to enjoy some artwork on a coffee mug. On Monday, Kirby, tomorrow I need my ligaments to ride the bike, says George. I know, you guys are so funny. Hi, Michael Corleone. Kirby says, okay, Tuesday I go back to work. Okay, so you've got a little bit of rest time. Are you a tomato? Haha, que rico hablas el español. It's not good. No es bien, Horacio. Okay, so my favorite New Year's Eve host/hosts. It's not Ryan Seacrest. It's not Miley Cyrus / Dolly Parton. It's not Dick Clark. Rest in peace, Dick Clark. It's actually Anderson Cooper and Andy Cohen. For those of you who have not watched those two host New Year's Eve, they are a riot. They are so funny together because I just feel like they complement each other perfectly. Anderson is much more, he's like the news anchor. He's more, I just don't think he's like naturally like comedic or goofy or like not much clown energy. Andy is like complete opposite, just wild, crazy, has a lot to drink on New Year's Eve, and I feel like it starts to show by the end of the evening. And he's just like, I think Andy brings out more of the like goofiness in Anderson, and they're just like, it's so funny. So those two are my favorite people to watch on New Year's Eve. George says, I'll send them to you for Tuesday, Kirby. Thank you, Musique TIJD. Hi, Larry. Soria. When I'm 18, I'll buy 2 or 3 houses, rent them out, and move to China, Australia, or Thailand. Dude, that is just like, what? I'm amused by this. It sounds like you will be getting quite the inheritance, Rated Frog. You've got your whole like empire plan, so I'm happy for you. That's amazing. I said Miley. I mean, she's really fun on New Year's Eve. I've watched her, and she and Dolly are great. Kirby got it right. Yes, they are hilarious. It is really fun to watch, like, Andy not so much, but definitely Anderson Cooper. It's just these people who are normally very, like, professional and serious and neutral in their jobs, like, just doing their job day to day. And then it's like you see them just kind of, like, not totally drunk, but you could tell that they just have been, like, they're just, like, not as, like, stiff and professional on TV. It's so funny. Yeah, Rich, you guys bombed on the poll, which I personally like. I like to throw you guys questions that I think you're not going to get. So, yeah, very few of you. It was only 13% guessed Anderson Cooper and Andy Cohen. They are hilarious, yes. George is saying, okay, so I could still ride the bike, just couldn't use rear brake. Clutch is left leg, so shouldn't be too much of an issue. Hola from Venezuela. Hi, Juan Perez. Bill is saying, I think in the UK schools are now stricter about who's on site. Yeah, as they should be, because the creepy people who lurk around schools, I'm like, no, keep it secure. Rated Frog says, yeah, I get some money when I reach 18. Crazy. But like I said, happy for you. Um, George says, I don't know any of these people. I'm not old enough, sorry. All good. Kirby is saying, Rated Frog, can I borrow $1? Yeah, right? I know. Quite impressive. John Puntney, I missed the poll question too. I guessed Miley and Dolly. I love them. They're just not my all-time fave. This is too early to see Hannah, says Ariok. Well, I had to come on live today because I'm going to be traveling on my vacation. Like, I'm heading off to vacation later tonight, so I can't be on live. George. Oh, funny. Kirby, you can, but you gotta wait 2 years. Oh, goodness. So it's okay. You were saying you're gonna move to China, Australia, or Thailand. Interesting. So you're not gonna stay in the United States, is what it sounds like. First time getting the poll right. Congrats, Serenity Story. George says I get money every month. Beat that, Froggy Boy. Oh well, have a great vacation. Yes, that's why I'm here. I'm gonna be heading up to northern Minnesota. My family already jetted out. They're already up there. They left yesterday, so I'm the last person to get there. And we're gonna be we play lots of card games up there, eat a lot of food, get out and drive around for a bit. Yeah, it's so fun. Watch some movies. Joe, you've been asking this before and you never super chat, so let's see it. What are you reading these days? Boy, what have I been reading? Boy, I haven't been reading much. Unfortunately, I hate saying that, but not really anything. If anything, it's news articles, not any books. Serenity Story, how long is the drive? It's 3 hours to get up to northern Minnesota, where I'm going. And I'm finally caught up in the chat. Yay! Ooh. Jackson Dennis. How's it going? I'm Canadian, 25. And so it's been cold and snowy here. You're Minnesotan, or at least going there, so I feel you're connected with my Canadian vibes. I am from Minnesota, born and raised. I am a winter fanatic, and I'm actually pretty pissed right now because we just have not been having a lot of snow the last couple of years, and all of our snow melted yesterday because we had like rain drizzling down and it melted all the snow away. But all that being said, I love Canada. I've been there twice. I've been to Winnipeg and Thunder Bay. And I actually would love to have property up in Canada one day. It's just, anytime I've been to Canada, everyone is so, so sweet. And it kind of feels like nothing really changes. Whenever I've driven across the border into Canada, yeah, it switches over into kilometers instead of miles. But other than that, I'm like, the landscape looks the same. The people are really nice. Like, people here in Minnesota are nice. Things are pretty much, like, the prices are comparable to what they are in the US. So yeah, I love Canada. Every Canadian I've met, I've liked. And I'm going to be closer to Canada by the end of today because I'm driving. Maybe you know it. I don't know. Jackson, I don't think you said where you're in Canada, but I'm driving north to Lake Superior tonight. So I will be, I think it's 3 hours from the Canadian border once you reach Duluth. So I love Canada so much. It's great. Doing what Joe refuses to do because he's a liar. Oh, that's hilarious. Oh, George. Oh, that's funny. Love it. You're spot on. Gotta love all words and no super. LOL. Kirby, how are the views while driving up north? It's gorgeous. It's, you guys, it's like my dream. It's my favorite landscape. It's just lots of hills and evergreen trees and snow. It's just, yeah, you see wildlife. So great. So great. Do you like skincare? I love your videos. I do love skincare. It's pretty basic, but people have been asking me if I could just like show my skincare products or do like a skincare routine, and I will happily do that. That's on my to-do list for 2025. It's quite long at this point, but I do like skincare, and I really like, I haven't been good today so far because I've been chatting, but I would say honestly, like, I joke that it's my like my skincare beauty elixir that costs $0, and it's literally water. Like, I think if you just chug water like a maniac, I try to drink like 8 cups of water a day at least. I try to get closer to 10. And then for me, I stay away from a lot of fried foods, heavy in fat and heavy in processed sugars. I notice, like, if I've been eating that type of food for like 2 days straight, I just get huge like breakouts and bumps on I think my skin just like is like really sensitive to that kind of food. So I try to stick to water and whole foods, and I think that's really helped keep my skin pretty clear. Jackson is saying it's been snowy here. Also, I missed your second comment, Jackson. I'm a writer in my free time, so maybe you'll read my novel when it's done. Jackson, I love this because I'm actually working on a story. I'm writing a book about my dad's life. So I love writing. It's been one of my favorite things since I can remember. I love English. It's a process though. It can be kind of depressing, not gonna lie, because I'm just like, dude, when is it good enough? When do you stop drafting? So that's really cool. Respect. It's been snowy here. It's gonna be wet and freezing rain though. Shoot. Yeah, Jackson, that's what the forecast looks like up in Duluth, Minnesota, which is where I'm going. And I'm worried that when I get there, there's snow. It's gonna be all gone. It's so depressing. Haha, Rich says Sunday afternoon, a bar in Wisconsin watching Packers Vikes should be fun. I'm interested to see like how rude people are. Hopefully I think they're used to like getting people from Minnesota over there, and likewise I see so many Packers fans here in Minneapolis. So it'll be entertaining, like either way. Congratulations, George. Yes, George is wonderful. Hi, Savio. Welcome back. George the goat. I lived in Toronto for 3 years, but I was sadly laid off and have to come back to live with my parents. I work as a sound editor. I went to school for film. I did sound for animation. That's awesome. Wow. I mean, I'm sorry you got laid off, but that's a really cool career to be in. I've liked all Canadians I've met, except my ex. I lived in Canada with her for 2 years, loved the country, but she was a meanie pants. I've never dated a Canadian, only Americans, so I can't speak for that part of your comment, but I've never, let's say this, I've never been romantically involved with a Canadian in my life. I've only ever interacted with Canadians who were like strangers, or like the crossing guards when you cross the border patrol agents. They've all been so nice to me. So far, like 10 out of 10. Canadians are great. Jackson is saying it's been stressful because it all happened just before the holidays. That sucks. I'm sorry about that. But it's a new chapter and I'll be okay just figuring out what's next. Take it from me, like, it's just, I actually was laid off during the COVID pandemic. It was like weeks into the pandemic, everything shut down, and for business reasons, I was laid off. It sucked, and it was super stressful because I'm just like, well, I don't have a job, and there's this crazy pandemic, and everything's shutting down, and businesses are closing. I was like, what do I even do? So it was stressful, but I mean, I leaned on my parents for help, and it sounds like you've been doing the same. So you will figure it out, and honestly, it is really, really nice to have a security, not team, but like a security blanket where you have parents or other like loved ones in your circle who can like help you when you're just transitioning to a new chapter in your life. Oh, here we go. Joe is back. Joe, who George called a liar. Do you want a super chat? Yes or no? I'll say yes, but let's see what if you actually do it, Joe. Dang it, I missed the answer. Working all the time stinks. It's okay, Ernest. The poll answer was Anderson Cooper and Andy Cohen. How do you pass the time while doing a long drive? I tend to listen to music, podcasts, or audiobooks. That's exactly what I do, George. Yes. Yes, Joe. I keep saying yes, but I'm seeing nothing. I'm going to block you because I think you're just trolling. Yeah, let's get to 70 likes. I think we can do it. Joe, you're brokey. If you could, you would. Yep, exactly, George. And that's why I blocked Joe. Because I feel like the people who will do, not that there's never an expectation that you guys do super likes or super stickers or whatever they're called. But it's just when someone's doing that, it's like anyone who's ever done a super like or a super thing in my chat, they've never once asked. Oh, Serenity Story is leaving. Bye, Serenity Story. Thank you, you guys. I am going to be doing a vlog of my, I almost said my Canada trip. I'm not going to Canada. Of my North Shore New Year's trip. So I will post that video for you to check out sometime next week. All right. Xfinity Gamer is here. Hi, Xfinity Gamer. Thank you so much. I appreciate the compliment because I feel like I literally rolled out of bed, quickly brushed my teeth and washed my face and threw on a sweater, and I was like, okay, I gotta just tidy up as much as I can, but I feel like I look a little disheveled. Distance traveled, Louis. Don't know what your comment was. Is that Zinfandel? What? This? What are you talking about, Sharon? Jackson is saying, my novel is a fantasy one, and it's all a lot of fun to world build. I love this. Oh my gosh, create the characters and all that. Also finishing a horror story, plus I rate screenplays too. Good for you. Dang, I'm impressed. You make me want to, like, I need to bake writing blocks into my schedule better. That should be on my resolutions list for 2025. Daniel says, did you go to college? My guess is yes, and you probably have your master's. Yep, you nailed it. I have my bachelor's degree and my master's degree, and my parents are the MVPs of my life, hands down. Like, they, honestly, I would say they have been my biggest life hack because they raised me really well. They were really strict. I think they just taught me a good set of, like, rules to live by. Super invested. They like just poured money into my activities, my sister's activities. School was always top priority. Nothing comes before school. And to this day, I'm very close with them, and they still, I mean, I fully support myself, but they insist on like, oh no, I can buy you this. I can do this. I'm gonna be switching over to like iPhone 16 and switching my carrier over. And my mom, I can tell she like wants me to just like stay on the family plan because it's cheaper. And I'm like, I'm 31. Like I can pay for my own phone line. I pay for all my housing expenses, my bills, my groceries. Like I can cover my phone bill. It's definitely not gonna be as expensive as like my heating and my groceries. God, they're so expensive. So, anyways, my parents are the GOATs or the MVPs of my life. Jackson says, well, you can always try dating one. Nice. Jackson says, there are some rude people in Canada too, as everywhere, of course. But yeah, we tend to be nice. I mean, we say sorry a lot, but yeah. No, I think Minnesotans are, I think we're pretty nice in terms of just because I've lived and been to a lot of the United States. I would say like New Yorkers are pretty harsh, like they're just direct or they don't give an F about you. Boston, same vibe. Connecticut, I think people were like decently chill there. What else? Cali. I haven't had any rude people I've run into from Cali. But yeah, no, I think Minnesota is pretty sweet, and same experiences with Canada. I wish my ex would say sorry, Jackson, but she won't. Oh, sorry, George. I wrote my parents a handwritten note as part of my gift to them this year, and they cried for how sweet it was. Oh, that's sweet. I think my dad is not a crier. He's only cried like twice in his life, but my mom is a crier. I think she would cry if I wrote a letter like that. Therian Fox is here. Oh, it's your first time. Welcome. Thanks for being here, Therian Fox. George says, let me at her. I'll get my ex to get her. Funny. Okay. George, I think, okay, you were asking, have you ever been to Niagara Falls? We visited there a lot. It was beautiful, and we would sit at the edge getting high, looking at the pretty lights on the waterfalls. I think I've been to Niagara Falls, but the U.S. side. I've never been to, is it Toronto? Whatever's on the other side. So I have been there. I thought it was cool. Just once in my life. Hope you have Toronto on your bucket list. Very similar to Chicago, I hear. Yeah, I've never been to Toronto, but I would love to go. Jackson is asking, so do you post videos often too? Legit just found you scrolling, so I'm not sure, but I'm into your energy, so I subscribed. Thank you, Jackson. So I'll definitely check you out, then check your videos. So yes, Jackson, I've been on YouTube for 4 years. I started posting in September of 2020, and most of my content is vegan and gluten-free recipes. I do dessert items. I've done cakes, muffins, cookies, but I do entrees. I've done polenta, soups, buffalo cauliflower chicken wings. I mean, there's so many I've done. I've done pies. So yeah, most of my content is vegan and gluten-free recipes that I make them, and then I show them, and I record the whole thing. And then there's other like miscellaneous stuff. I do running. I've done like marathons. I've done 5Ks, 10-mile races, yada yada yada. And then miscellaneous like travel. Like I'm gonna vlog my North Shore New Year's Eve, New Year's trip coming up. Just kind of like lifestyle travel brand collab kind of videos. So yeah, it's fun. I love cooking. I love being in the kitchen. Paul says, yes, I see you came a long way in getting your degree. Thank you, Paul. George, Kirby, thanks, bro. Tell your ex to go to Toronto and call her mean. Oh, we got some drama. Drake is Canadian and he's the Ronaldo of music. I do not like Drake. Ugh, I've always just gotten such an ick from him. Not a fan, and I don't like his voice, and I don't like his music, because Slim Shady is the GOAT of rap. Jackson says, we have both Ryans, Ryan Reynolds and Gosling, so that's a plus. Cannot stand Ryan Reynolds, love Ryan Gosling. Those are my feelings about the Ryans. Jackson says, I mean, you got Walls, or however you spell his name, so he seemed great. Not to be political, but he seemed like a genuine dude. He's like pretty, I would say like Minnesotans tend to, I think we like him. Like we voted him in. So yeah, like I don't talk about one of the rules for my chats, I don't talk about my political views. Like people were asking how I voted or what I thought about the results of the US election last month. And I'm like, I don't talk about my political views on here, but I do like to talk about current events. So it's like, well, yes, we can talk about the fact that there is an election coming up. And yes, Governor Wall, that's how like I've been referring to him for years, is Governor Tim Walz, because he's our governor. But yeah, he was like on the VP, he was on the ticket as the VP in the election. So that was cool. I was like, hey, we got a Minnesota person on the map. Like people know our governor now. Like there's people all over in every one of the states who are voting for him, and they now know him. But originally, he was our Minnesota dude, and he still is our Minnesota governor. All right. For me, I like solitude and my me time, but also like social events and generally meeting people. Is your me time important to you? Yes. Bill, this is why I say I'm an introvert, because I love socializing. I love being on social media. I love talking to you guys. I love getting out and going to parties and sporting events and whatever, just being out. But I feel like I get very exhausted and I need my me time, like reading, listening to music, writing, watching Netflix, to just, I need to like kind of regroup and recharge, because otherwise I would just be so burned out if I was just constantly doing stuff out and about all the time. Okay, George says Canada is the nice. Oh, the Canada side is so much better. No offense to American Niagara Falls, but 100% better on the Leaf side. Okay. Jackson says Toronto is great to visit, but it's genuinely a pretty dang expensive place, so I've heard. I have been watching videos about the cost of living in Canada, and it's no joke. No joke. But what isn't these days, city-wise, it's bad for that, but I was lucky there where I was because I had 2 roommates and all. Yes. I mean, anything to bring down the cost of living, because it's so expensive to live anywhere. I feel like in a city, it's just crazy. And it was a bit less than most places due to a slightly smaller room, but man, I feel for people who can't afford. I'm tight for money these days, so I get it. Yeah, I get it too. I mean, I'm doing okay financially. Like, I feel very stable. I work a full-time job. It pays plenty for me to live and not be like strapped for cash. Still have some fun money left over at the end of the month where I can, like, go to a movie, go out to eat, or whatever. But it's still, I look at like prices of things and I'm just like, dang, this is so expensive. Same hand, I really don't like Drake. Okay, George, yeah. Oof, he's so icky. Don't like him. Paul, I leased a modem and router. Very reasonable since I use my mobile mostly Wi-Fi. Mobile is $5. What? Good for you, Paul. High troll edits. George, yeah, Reynolds is an oof. Gosling is a dreamy goat. Yeah, agree. Agree, 100%. Jackson says, congrats on the marathon or marathons, but damn, that's really incredible. Also, I'm not vegan myself, but I'm open to trying more vegan stuff. I'm down to check that out. Yeah, I do not, I've said this many times, but I am not a pushy vegan. I'm not telling people how to eat. Most of the people in my life, it's like literally just me and my sister. We're the vegans in our family. Our dad goes vegan twice for his religious practices, but like everyone in my family other than me, my sister, and my dad twice a week, omnivores. And I grew up eating everything until I was 18. That's when I went vegan, which was 13 years ago. So almost half of my life now I've been vegan, but like I don't push veganism on anybody because I find it really annoying. And yes, I do run marathons. I have done 3 in my life. So yeah, they're good. They're challenging, but I like having hard goals. Ryan Reynolds is the Green Lantern, says Holden Cox. I'm an extroverted introvert. Too much social time is exhausting. I agree with you, George. Let's get to 80 likes. I think we can get there. I'll probably sign off in like 10 minutes or so. I just want to make sure I have enough time to like do the laundry and get north within a reasonable amount of time. Too Evil to Hope is here. Hi, Too Evil to Hope. Hi, Bill Cook. Introvert, extrovert, and Mr. Beast. I'm late. Be here, LOL. That's okay, William. John says, I know for Ryan Reynolds, he has an anxiety disorder. Some of his random remarks in some of his movies were nervous tics. Interesting. I just don't find him like entertaining or like there's nothing special about him whatsoever, and it drives me nuts. Holden Cox, one time I said, hey, with the best singer ever. Little Bieber, what? Oh, what are you saying? I feel like you're trolling. Christopher Evans, thank you for all the emojis. Jackson says, I think it's cool to be vegan. I mean, let's be honest, it's probably better in the end. It's just hard for me to do it, but I like trying to eat more vegan, vegetarian foods. Yeah, one of the main reasons I went vegan was to just like center vegetables, because I knew growing up we ate like tons of fast food, tons of candy. It just was like highly processed and very meat heavy and not a ton of veggies. So I'm like, I really should be eating. I know I can't lie to myself. I know I need to be eating more vegetables. George says, couldn't go vegan, tried it, but I'm too addicted to chicken. I mean, chicken was my favorite thing to eat, like meat-wise as a kid. Hi, Mike. What will you be listening to on your trip, Hannah? Probably just music. I haven't decided what genre, but yeah, probably Taylor Swift, probably, what else? Just pop music, pretty generic stuff. Hannah, health, living up the name. Damn, 3 marathons. Couldn't even imagine doing one, so I'd have to train insane even to attempt. I think anyone can do a marathon, honestly. Like, I was not a distance runner in school. I did sprinting, I did track and field sprinting, and then I also played soccer. So I was like just short distance, short sprint, done. And I did not think I would ever do distance running. But it's honestly like really, you feel like proud of yourself for like doing all the training and covering that distance. It's, yeah, there definitely is like a running bug that people talk about. I definitely got it. Disco 96. I don't know what that is. Usuk. If you like Taylor Swift, you should check out Swaler Tift. What style of music do you enjoy? Taylor was doing her tour in Toronto and they went a bit nuts with promo. My coworker took his girlfriend to the show. I love Taylor Swift. She is my favorite like artist, I would say. I went to her Eras tour last summer, did a vlog about it. It's on my channel. But yeah, I like all kinds of music. I grew up playing piano, so I love classical music. I like very generic pop music, Taylor Swift, Justin Bieber. I've seen both of them. I saw Taylor last year and I saw Justin Bieber in 2022 on his, wasn't Purpose, I think it was the Justice tour. Great performer, love his voice. I love rap. My favorite rapper is Eminem. My favorite album though, and I've said this often, I'll just put it in the chat. My all-time favorite album is Dopamine by Garrett Borns. He just goes by Borns. Oops. Such a good album. I've been listening to that like non-stop, but like favorite album. Probably second favorite album is American Idiot. I've seen Green Day in person. Crazy. And they're my favorite band. I like Fall Out Boy. So yeah, like a range. I like Linkin Park. Love their new singer lady, Emily Armstrong. I'm gonna have that here. I enjoy jazz. I played jazz in high school band, but I want to play more. That's like my sister. She was the band nerd between the two of us. Psych, I identify as both. I'm biracial. Kirby, I would be so down for marathons if they were 100 yards. Funny. Ever listen to audiobooks? Yes, although I actually am not a huge fan of audiobooks. I'm old school. I like to just like leaf through actual books and see. I've realized this, like I don't like being talked to in my ear. Like I'm not a fan of just audio anything. All of the podcasts that I watch are actually like their video, you can watch them on YouTube. And I actually prefer to watch, like I want to see the people's faces and I want to see their whole setup as they're talking. I don't like just the talking in your ear, just drives me crazy. So similar with audiobooks, I want to have like a physical book that I'm like turning the pages on and like see the text. Just a preference. Kirby, let's set up our own 100-yard marathon and take it international. Ooh, I like this. Oh, Rated Frog, you're still here. My friend loves Green Day. Oh, you guys, Green Day. Band of my teenage years and high school years. Like, I love them so much. Billie Joe Armstrong is a beast. They all are, but yeah, incredible performers. They played a 3-hour set when I saw them. They came here in 2021 on the Hella Mega Tour, and oh my god, just legends. That's all I can say. They're so cool. Jackson, dopamine, I'll check it out. Also, I love video games and movie soundtracks as well. I love movie soundtracks. I'll tell you my favorite movie soundtrack. Jackson, my favorite movie soundtrack is from the movie Chocolat by Rachel Porter. Just check something real quick. I think I got that wrong. Rachel Portman, sorry. Not Porter. Rachel Portman. All right. Lukey Dukes, I am 31 years old. Kirby says, yes, George, I'm on it. 100-yard marathon. Yes. Then everyone really can do a marathon if it's only 100 yards. No vegan for me. Steak and lobster with melted butter. Hey, all the power to you. I'm not here to judge people's diets. Like, everyone in my life, except for my sister and my dad 2 days a week, everyone's an omnivore. Every guy I've dated, omnivore. Do not care. Doesn't matter. All right, Jackson is saying, I also worked on a scripted audio podcast where it's about a fictional radio show host and his misadventures. I think it worked because it was designed that way. Got it. Yeah, John, Green Day. Oh my God. They are so cool. They're so cool. But video podcasts often feel disconnected audio only, I feel. Often feel disconnected audio. I need visuals. I'm such a visual person. Jesse is here. Jesse, are you ready? Are you ready for this Vikings-Packers game? I don't think you were here when I was saying it earlier, but I'm going up north tonight to northern Minnesota, but my sister, she's already there. All of them went up early, so I'm coming today. And my sister was texting me yesterday to remind me that I should bring my Vikings jersey because she's like, we're planning on going over, we're just gonna like skip across the border. She's like, we're gonna go over to Wisconsin with our Vikings jerseys and watch the Vikings-Packers game. So I'm very excited about this. I won't be that sad though if Green Bay wins because I do like Green Bay too. I'm not an intense rivalry person. You've heard me say this. Yeah, I'm usually better with audio than video. Interesting. I don't like audio. I only like audio if it's tied with a visual. Green Day toured during COVID. They were originally supposed to come here, I think in 2020, like the summer of 2020, but obviously that all got scrapped, and so they rescheduled to August of 2021. Same with Justin Bieber. That got moved. He kept pushing his tour dates forward, so we ended up seeing him in, I think it was the summer of 2022. That's one movie where dripping chocolate on people became a thought they didn't realize they wanted, I felt. Natalie Portman's sister, no doubt. CH Pablo. I do wonder, by reading, do you imagine what the story describes to you? I don't know what type of genre you like to read. Yes, CH Pablo. I make a point, if I know that a book is going to be made into a movie or a TV show, I make a point of avoiding the TV show and movie until I've read the book. Because, like, for example, I read the Game of Thrones books before I watched the TV show. And for me, what I think is really fun is reading the source material. You're reading the story, you're imagining what this person looks like, or all these characters, these places, etc. And then you get to the actual like movie or the TV show and you're like, oh my God, interesting. Like, that's who they picked to play this role. That's how they made her look. That's how they made him look. So I really try to read whatever the adaptation is, like the movie or the show is based on. I do like the Grateful Dead, VT. I definitely don't want chocolate dripped on me, says George. Jesse says, let's go. We'll see. We'll have much to discuss after the game. Stravtsvide. Hi, Alex. I love your positive energy. Hi, Ace. What I mean is the visual aspect feels built into the podcast when they film, so it's like watching a movie. Yes. I love like podcast movies. I don't like just the audio. 27 forever. Thank you. Jackson, you need to write a biography. Yes. The White Queens can win the division, yet with the help of the Lions and Eagles, I believe. Be safe, those cheeseheads are crazy. I know they are. I know. Oh gosh. TT's first car road trip. Sadly, I don't think my sister, so my family went up yesterday. I don't think my sister brought her little new kitten TT along. She didn't want to, yeah, I think like lodging and transportate, like going on a 3 hour drive up there. I think she was just like, maybe next time, but for now, I think she brought TT to like a college friend of hers who lives close by. So a friend is cat sitting TT. Killian says, who's Pablo? What's your favorite book? Ace, my favorite book is The Crucible by Arthur Miller. Juan Perez from Venezuela. Saludos. Killian, don't spam or else I'll block you. Paul, all phone providers offer to lease a router and modem. I've never heard of that. Hi, Killian. Jackson says, what about music? Do you enjoy watching music videos if they exist, or are you okay listening? Music I'm fine with, because I grew up playing piano, violin, and clarinet. So I'm good with just like reading sheet music and the music is fine. But I think its words bother me because it feels like someone's talking to you, but you can't see their face. So music is fine without a visual, but audio, like spoken words, I want a visual, or else it just aggravates me to no end. What's your favorite? I don't know what a cryptid is. How are you gonna stay safe from them in the wilds of northern Soda? I've been there 1,000 times. I grew up vacationing. I spent my summers and my holidays in northern Minnesota. I've lived up there. So yeah, the wildlife doesn't scare me. You just have to not be an idiot. Don't leave your garbage out for the bears to get. Carry, like if I'm gonna be in the city, but if you're out in the wilderness, you just have to know like there are bobcats, there's wolves, there's moose, there's elk, like there's just big old animals that could harm you. So just prepare and don't be stupid. Jackson says, I think it's fun when adapting stuff is done well because you can see what the creators think of the source material, but when it's bad, it hurts as fans of the books. I agree. I think the worst adaptation I've ever seen was the Twilight series. I liked the first book. Later books in the series like New Moon, Eclipse, and Breaking Dawn, not so much, but the first book I loved, just called Twilight, in the Twilight series. And just, it was so cringe. It was so awkward and so cringe. The makeup was bad. The CGI was bad with the wolves. It was the whole I want them to redo the Twilight series because it was so bad. But like on the flip side, I think Game of Thrones was perfectly adapted into TV, except for of course the last season that just sucked. And then Harry Potter, I don't know if they could have done better with Harry Potter. Those two, I was so happy with how they did them. All right. Thank you, mods, for cleaning up the chat. I appreciate you. Did you eat? I haven't eaten much today. I just had a little bit of tofu scramble this morning to tide me over for this live. I should get going, though, because I do have to commute tonight. TT throwing cat parties at the house all alone. She might. She's a little mischievous cat. Bill says, when I read a book, I use my imagination to see the characters, but to see the film version and someone else's interpretation can really spoil it for me. Yeah, because I think whenever I read the book, I think I'm going to glitch here for a second. I always glitch at the 2 hour mark and it drives me nuts. Anyways, I think whenever you read an adaptation, for me, like I won't forget how I originally pictured like Sansa Stark in Game of Thrones. But then I saw like Sophie Turner play Sansa Stark, and I was like, okay, that's like, I can remember what I thought originally, but I also see Sansa Stark. So, but it's hard to do that in reverse, I've found. Like, try to imagine, like, if you read the book after you've seen the movie or show, all I'm gonna see is Maisie Williams as Arya Stark, Sean Bean as Ned Stark. Like, it's just, I can't unsee the actors if I go back to the original source material. Jackson says, so technically biogeography is about others. Oh, biography, I think you mean. So I'd have to write one about somebody, but an autobiography would be based on myself. 25 kind of boring, like not really, but for a book, yeah. Thank you, Jackson. I appreciate it. Why do you have to be so far and not here to take out? Oh, I'm never leaving Minnesota. Not as my home base, anyways. Truck Driver 84 is here. There are no flaws in your natural beauty. Someone beg to differ. I get some hate comments and trolls, but I appreciate it, Truck Driver 84. Too evil to hope. Bears are very skittish, so if they have nothing to attract them, they want nothing to do with people most of the time. That is true for black bears, and that's what we have here in Minnesota. So I've seen black bears plenty of times. They're honestly like big raccoons. They're dumpster divers. They will go after your trash bins if you don't take them somewhere proper. Brown bears, grizzly bears, I'm terrified of those because that's like literally a whole different beast. But yeah, black bears are big scaredy cats. You're supposed to like bang on something and scream at them and they'll run away. So yeah, they don't want anything to do with us other than our garbage. Hi Blue, your parasocial Tinder subscription is running out, Jackson. Oh gosh. Hi R. Jackson, cryptids are mythological creatures and folklore creatures like Bigfoot or Loch Ness. Okay. Thank you for letting me know. It's not every day that I come across an English word I don't know. Cryptids. Okay. Cool. Learned something new today. Hi Abdullah. Hi Savio. Thank you. Big Black Clock. Happy New Year. Thank you. Jackson is saying Twilight is also kind of bad. Book and movie. Gotta hot take it. But fun fact, 50 Shades was based on a Twilight fan fiction. I did not know that. I have not read 50 Shades. I think I would probably read that series because of like, it's so well known. It's part of pop culture. Yes, is it cringe? I heard the writing was terrible, but I'm willing to like read something or consume something even if the critics and like the fancy people say it's trash, because it's like whatever, like it's popular enough that millions of people read it and watched the movie. So I would read 50 Shades. I just haven't. I think I would be too embarrassed to be fully honest. I would be a bit embarrassed reading it in public. I think people would judge me. George says, I read the Game of Thrones series before the shows and couldn't get past the 4th season. What are you talking about? It gets good. Like, the very last season is bad, but all of them before that are great. John says, I remember a college classmate meeting one of her best friends over a discussion about how much they hated Twilight. Yeah, I was just so disappointed with that movie. I didn't like Kristen Stewart as Bella. I was so happy when they cast Robert Pattinson, who played Cedric Diggory in the 4th Harry Potter movie. So handsome. I was like, dude, this is a home run. You picked the perfect guy for Edward. But then they like made him sheet white, sparkly. His makeup was terrible. His hair was weird. It was just so, I'm like, why couldn't you have just cast him and basically had him look like Cedric Diggory? He looked great. And then you just made him super weird and just, I was so upset. I was so let down. I had very high hopes for Robert Pattinson as Edward Cullen, but it was terrible. All right. I am going to be heading out here shortly, but let me get to these last few comments. You're going to hit the Twin Ports. You bet I am, Jesse. Bill, the Loch Ness Monster is real, but you can only see it after a bottle of whiskey. I love that. Hi, Sushmita. Hello. William says, Hannah, enjoy the weekend. Love your spirit. Thank you, William. Yes, I'm very excited for vacation, guys. I don't have a cat, BD Bob, but my sister recently adopted just an adorable little kitty cat. You can go see like reels, like YouTube shorts on my sister's channel. It's Rachel Gore. Grizzly and polar bears are like ponies that like to be ridden against their will. False. George, you ever seen the video of the Finnish guy swearing at a black bear No, but I feel that because like I have not my own dumpsters, but I've seen that the mess that black bears make when because they will like rip off car doors, they will get into your car and destroy the leather, destroy the fabric. Just they if they smell food, they are going for it and they're massive. So I see why this Finnish man in the video you're talking about would be swearing at a black bear because it's not so much the fact that they're getting to the garbage, it's just all the destruction that they cause on their way to get to the food. They're so cute, but they do make a mess. Cryptids are hilarious. Rabbit hole. I binge at night to fall asleep to. Interesting. Thank you, Donatus Okechukwu Okoli. Oh, Mr. Football was in Mankato, but it sounds like you're back in Wells, Minnesota. I'm going up north today, so I'm going to be driving up from the cities up north to Lake Superior. Hi, Terrence T. Money. Hi, Z. Donatus Okechukwu. Wish I was your man. Jackson says, okay, so if you ever want to hit me up outside stream. I mean, I don't really talk, like, I don't connect with people on YouTube just for safety reasons. That's not a dig at you. It's just, like, there are really scary people out there. Yeah, I try to really be careful with the internet because crazy things have gone down on the internet or people trying to connect with people on the internet. I couldn't read 50 Shades. I don't have the time to read the first 49. Hi, Ariana Watson. We have black bears here in Pennsylvania. They love raiding our trash cans. Yes, they do. I don't know why humans dream, Jonathan. Everyone hit that like button if you would. Thank you to Evil to Hope. Robert Pattinson once said the Twilight series were some of his least favorite. Yeah, super cringe. I think I would be embarrassed to be in that series. It just was so bad. Jackson, he tried to be different, but they forced him to be that way as a creep in Twilight, I think. I could be wrong. It was such a miss. Like everything about those movies was just terrible. I'm gonna search that video up. It's pretty hilarious. I'll write it down. Like Finnish man swearing at a black bear. It's just so I get it. I totally get it. They're little, not little. They are scoundrels. Finnish man and black bear. Okay. Kevin says a few years back here in my hometown, a bear ate an elderly lady. That must have been like a grizzly. That's really scary. TK, I tried the delicious fruitcake. Woohoo! Thank you for trying it. Yeah, I loved it. I loved that recipe, so I'm glad you enjoyed. We have a pack of timber wolves on our property. That's amazing. Dude. Oh, go Timberwolves. Literal Timberwolves, not the basketball team. Okay, I am at the bottom of the chat now. I've gotten to everything. I need to head out because I gotta put my clothes in the dryer and pack for this trip because I have some driving to do. So, I don't have long nails. Actually, just cut them yesterday. So, I don't like keeping long nails. They drive me crazy. We see them on the game cameras, of course, and footprints. Would you be disappointed if you were reincarnated as a black bear? I don't think I would be. It's just I don't know how long they live. I would want to have a long lifespan, which is why yesterday I was saying I would be a giant tortoise because apparently these things live to be 200 years old. The oldest one right now is like 197. I think they named it Arthur or something. Justin. Anyways, yeah, I don't think I'd be that upset being a black bear. I will have fun on my trip. I am going to vlog it for you guys, so I'll post that video on my channel next week once I've had time to like get back and edit. But let me say bye to everyone who's commenting here now. Thank you to Evil to Hope. Thank you, Ariana Watson. Yes, see you next time, Rated Frog. Great chatting with you. Thank you, Kevin Martinez. Thank you, enjoyed it. You're welcome, William. Yes, I will be safe on the road. I will drive carefully. It's yeah, it's dark and it's wintertime, and there's wildlife that love to just, scurry across the road and then stand there in the middle of the road. So I will be careful. I am going live, guys. So I'm planning on doing 8 p.m. every night. So, tomorrow night, Sunday night, Monday night, and Tuesday night, which is New Year's Eve. So I am planning, so expect me to go live tomorrow night around 8 p.m. Central Time, which is my usual live stream time. So would love to see some of you guys there, but I will be live streaming when I'm up north. Be safe, everyone. Yes, I agree, John. Thank you, Back to the Future. Cheers for the early stream. Yes, thank you so much. Hope to see you again soon. I will be live again tomorrow. Bye, John. Bye, Christine. Thank you. Sounds good to Evil to Hope. And peace out, Rated Frog and Paul. Thank you. All right, that's it. I gotta run, but thank you guys so much. Goodbye to Evil to Hope. Take care.